morning, City of Birmingham, and welcome to the regular scheduled meeting of the Birmingham City Council for September 14, 2021. We're going to have our invocation by Mr. Chaz Mitchell and a pledge of allegiance by Councilor Crystal Smithman. If everyone could please stand. Good morning, sir.
All hearts composed, may we pray. Lord, right now we just want to thank you for this time that you have given us, Lord, right now in this pandemic, to be able to just be in one place together, Lord, safely, and just being able to just carry on to the business of the city, Lord. We pray right now for this city, the people in the city, the citizens, and everybody that it touches, Lord. We pray for this council, that they continue to lead this city forward in a legislative manner. We pray for our mayor as he becomes the head of this administration. Pray for the department heads and all the employees of this city, Lord. Continue to keep our public safety sector safe and secure, Lord. And we just give you all this praise, the honor, and this glory. In your son Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. How are you?
Good morning, Will. How are you all?
Good morning.
Okay. Councilmember Abbott. Councilmember Hilliard.
Present.
Councilmember Hoyt. Councilmember O'Quinn.
Good morning.
Good morning. Councilmember Smitherman. Good morning. Councilmember Williams.
Good morning.
Good morning. Councilmember Woods. President Pro Tem Alexander.
Good morning, President.
Good morning. And Council President Parker.
Good morning. All right, the minutes are not ready. May 4th through September 7th, 2021. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, Mr. President.
Real quick, before the mayor makes his announcements, I've asked the mayor if he could make his announcements, and because we also have another guest here, the director of the ethics department, to just make some comments. I've asked if the mayor could make his comments, and then if we have any questions, we could circle back with the mayor later on in the meeting, so we can get the other gentleman in and out in time.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any reports or issues you have, look forward to receiving them. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning to the entire council. It's really good to see you all. I'm going to jump right in, and I want to start with the issue that affects many Birminghamians and Alabamians, and that is sickle cell. And so in partnership with the Comprehensive Sickle Cell Center at UAB and Children's Hospital, the City of Birmingham wants to bring awareness about sickle cell disease, which is the most common inherited blood disorder in America. Today, it is my honor to proclaim September 2021 as Sickle Cell Awareness Month in Birmingham and issue a proclamation in connection to this designation. At this time, I'll read the proclamation, not in full, but the portions to the public that I think hone in on the point. And it states, whereas it is utmost importance that individuals who carry sickle cell trait and their families receive appropriate genetic counseling and education to inform them of their risk of having a child with sickle cell disease. More individuals are living longer with sickle cell disease, which increases the numbers of those affected by both sickle cell disease and those who carry sickle cell trait. And whereas sickle cell is chronic but treatable, treatment options are different for each person depending on their symptoms and complications. Acute pain episodes called crisis are a common manifestation of SCD and should be considered a medical emergency and treated appropriately in the emergency department setting. And whereas in partnership with the Comprehensive Sickle Cell Center, housed on the campuses of the University of Alabama at Birmingham and Children's Hospital, the City of Birmingham hopes to make a difference by bringing awareness to others through education, research, and improved treatments in an effort to one day find a cure. Now, therefore, I, Randall Woodfin, Mayor of Birmingham, along with Birmingham City Council, hereby proclaim September 2021 Sickle Cell Awareness Month in the city of Birmingham and encourage residents to actively learn more about sickle cell disease at www.sicklecelldisease.org and help focus attention on the need for the research and treatment of sickle cell disease. Also want to acknowledge and thank the following people for helping to lead the effort here in Birmingham. Dr. Julie Cantor at UAB, Dr. Jeffrey Lee Bensberger at Children's Hospital, and Sonia Smith, one of our former team members who is now the program director of the Comprehensive Sickle Cell Center at UAB, and all the others who are on the front lines of addressing and fighting this disease and looking for a cure around sickle cell. Thank you. Mr. President, just a few more notes. Online slots to tailgate at the Magic City Classic will open today at 12:01 p.m. The game will be played at Legion Field on Saturday, October 30th. For anyone who has an interest in purchasing a space, please visit birminghamal.gov/classic. Again, that is birminghamal.gov/classic. Another note, Mr. President, this is an update, and this update is to the entire council and the public, which is an update on the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. More than 530 of our city residents have received rental assistance from the city as part of the Emergency Rental Assistance Program funded through the U.S. Department of Treasury. Nearly 100 more residents will receive funds in the coming days as part of the program designed to assist tenants who have fallen behind on rent or utilities due to the COVID-19 pandemic. More than half the overall funds budgeted to assist residents in need in Birmingham has been distributed. To date, $2.6 million has been paid with an additional $355,000+ pending payment. Birmingham tenants on average receive between $4,000 to $5,000 in rental assistance through the program. And as a reminder, this program is for Birmingham residents who've had trouble paying their rent or utilities because of COVID-19. I want to encourage all of us, you know someone in your district who may need assistance or help due to COVID-19 and behind on their rent or utilities, please ask them to apply to the program by visiting birminghamal.gov/rent help. Again, that's birminghamal.gov/rent, RENT help, HELP. Just a few more notes, Mr. President and Council. The Second Chance Job Fair will be held today at the Boutwell Auditorium at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And for more information, you can visit secondchancehiringfair.com. I do want to thank our district attorney, Danny Carr of Jefferson County, for his team hosting this. But want to encourage all of our citizens who have been allowed to come back home and reinstate themselves in the community. For those who are looking for gainful employment, this is an opportunity today to find it. Again, a Second Chance Job Fair held for 4 hours today, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Boutwell Auditorium. There will also be a community cleanup in Titusville on Friday. I see you, Councilor Smitherman, September 17th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Volunteers should meet at Living Church Ministries. That address is 401 Omega Street South. Volunteers interested in participating should send emails to kspights, that's KSPEIGHTS @uabmc.edu. Again, that is a community cleanup this Friday at September 17th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Titusville community. Wednesday, September 15th is the deadline for individuals to sign up to try out for the squadron basketball team this Saturday. So everybody, that is tomorrow. If you have anybody you know that wants to try out for the squad, please have them visit birminghamsquadron.com. Again, that's birminghamsquadron.com for more information. One last note, Mr. President and Council. Tomorrow, Wednesday, September 15th, marks the 58th anniversary of the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church, where 4 young girls were killed and the 5th little girl injured. On Wednesday at 10 a.m., the church will host a memorial. The program will include a guest speaker and a performance by the Carlton Reese Memorial Unity Choir. Also, the church bells will toll at 10:22 a.m. Again, the church bells will toll at 10:22 a.m., the time that the bomb exploded. A memorial wreath will be laid immediately following the service. Let us all remember what happened on that day was not only domestic terrorism, but the tragedy that it caused the lives of those 4 little girls, as well as the 5th girl harm. May they be in our thoughts tomorrow and for all the days and years to come. Mr. President, with that, I yield the floor back to you, and I look forward at a later time today if your colleagues need me to address any issues that are pressing. Look forward to it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And at this time, I need to suspend the rules for a presentation. Bring up Mr. Albritton, if he'll come up. He's the head of our Alabama Ethics Commission. He's here visiting a lot of cities and municipalities, and we just wanted to be able to, number one, make sure we keep you in and out so you can continue on with your schedule, but wanted to say good morning to you.
I appreciate that. It's great to meet y'all. Speaking in a box is a weird experience for me. I'm glad I can at least take down.
Can you move your mic up just a little bit? We can't. Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Okay.
Is this a little better?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, great. Well, it's great to meet you, and thank you for having me here today. I am Tom Albritton. I'm the director of the State Ethics Commission. And again, as the president said, my only point in being here today is to allow you to put a face with a name and to remind you that we are here as a resource for you. So as you conduct your duties as members of the council, remember that if you have questions about whether certain conduct, for example, whether votes that you may be called upon to make are okay for you to do, or if it's something you should refrain from, just know that we're here and can answer those questions for you. I may have had the opportunity to speak to some of you before when I've spoken to the League of Municipalities or at other conventions where I've given ethics training. I'm also available to do that for y'all here if it is something that you would like to take advantage of. But again, often people just think that we are just the enforcers, and so I'm trying to get the message out that we are here to try to keep you out of trouble if you will ask ahead of time. So while you've got me as a captive audience and understanding that your day is awfully full, do you have any questions you would like to ask before I leave?
No, I just simply want to say, I think as we get ready for our training, that I think with Administrator Kidd that we'll see you again at a training. I think a date will determine that, and look forward to.
Sure, yeah, I look forward to that too. And know that I can come up whenever you need me to, and the same would go for city departments, city employees. We do a lot of that. And now that we are operating post-COVID, or I guess in the middle of COVID as it unfolds, but we're figuring that out, we're doing a lot more of this kind of thing too. So I can't stress enough that I urge you to take advantage of that because it can be confusing at times, but the last thing that you should be is afraid to conduct your duties as you've been elected to do. We recognize full well the burden that you have on you. We would like to make it easier for you and at least eliminate some concerns that you may have as you progress through your public service. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for saying yes to public service. It's not hard, and we recognize that. And just know that we are here as a resource and are more than happy to help you however we can. All right, so if you don't have any questions, then I'm going to let you get busy doing what it is you do and hope that you have a great day. Thank you very much.
Real quick, I think, Mr. Councilor Hoyer.
Yeah, well, I just want to say that you all have always been very helpful. And
I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear you very well.
They took my mic. I was going to say that you all have always been very helpful, and when I've had issues or had concerns, you all were very responsive, and so we appreciate that and appreciate your leadership that you're offering as well.
Well, thank you very much. That's great to hear. If that ever changes and you ever get a service out of our office that is not what you expect, then let me know, because part of my job is to make sure that the folks who work for me are doing what they're supposed to do. But I'm glad to hear that your experience has been good. And any other way that we can help you, we're happy to.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right,
y'all have a great day.
All right, thank you. Yes, sir. All right, Madam Clerk, if we can move on to the consent agenda, please.
Yes, sir. The consent agenda begins on page number 2 with items 2 and 3. Page 3, items 4, 5, 6, and 7. On page 4, items 8, 9, and 10. On page 5, items 11, 12, and 13. On page 6, item 14. And we go over to page 8, items 20, 21, and 22. And please note that all 3 of those items were recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee. On page 9, we have items 23, 24, and 25. And on item number 23, it was recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee and the Chairman of the Public Safety Committee. On page 10, we have items 26, 27, and 28, and we have some mix. On 26, 27, and 28, they were all recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee. On item 26, the amount has been changed to $75,000 instead of $60,000. And on item 28, it should say recommended by Councilor Hoyt and the Budget and Finance Committee. On page 11, we have items 29 and 30. On page 12, we have items 31, 32, and 33. And on item number 31, please add that this item was also recommended by the Public Safety Committee. On page 13, we have items 34, 35, 36, and 37. On page 14, we have items 38, 39, 40, and 41. And on page 15, we have items 42 and 43, and that completes the consent agenda.
Okay. This will start on this end. Councilor Hoyt, you ready, or you want us to come back? Since
Yes.
I always start on the other end, I'll start.
Well, thank you, but
Okay, all right.
President
Councilor
Pro
Hill, you-
Tem did that last week, and I was so gracious.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Okay, well, I do item 26 and 28. And that's on 10. And item 31. And item 32. All right, I think that's all, sir. You're so kind. Thank you.
Okay, Councilor Smithman, Councilor Abbott, Councilor Doctor.
Yes, sir. I would like to take item 35 off of the consent just so it can be read so that people will know that we are finally going to do some paving.
Okay, is that,
That's all.
okay,
Thank you.
Dr. Quinn? Good. So everybody's good on this end? Okay. All right. All items designated as consent or routine and non-controversial will be approved by one motion. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member, the mayor, or citizen interested in a public hearing so request. If so, such item or items will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. All matters of permanent operation will be read. All other matters will be announced by reading the item number only. All public hearings will be announced. So we need
Move the
a motion.
item.
Second.
Okay, the vote has started.
Okay. I vote aye, Madam Clerk.
Okay, Councilor Hoyt. Okay, that vote is up.
Okay, all righty. The consent agenda passes. Madam Clerk, we're going to, if you call up item 26 first.
Item 26, which is on page 10. A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute and deliver an agreement with Be Grace Media LLC in an amount not to exceed $75,000 to provide web development, ad placement, COVID-19 community engagement, and videography as described in the scope of service that will assist the City of Birmingham's Districts 1, 4, 7, and 9, and the interacting with constituents. The fee for these services is not to exceed total funds in the amount of $75,000, inclusive of any reimbursable expenses. These services will begin September 15th, 2021, and conclude no later than April 30th, 2022. Said total funds will come from District 1 discretionary funds, District 4 discretionary funds, District 7 discretionary funds, and District 9 discretionary funds.
Is there a motion?
Move the item.
Second. All right. Items before us. Anything? Everybody ready? Madam Clerk. Council Hoyt, you're good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We're ready to vote, Madam Clerk.
Okay, the vote has started. Councilor Abbott and Councilor Hoyt, and President
Put
Parker.
me aye. Okay. All right. That item passes. We go to the next one, 28.
Next item, item number 28, is on page 10 as well. A resolution pursuant to Section 11-40-1 and Section 16-11-9.1 Codes of Alabama 1975, authorizing the mayor to expend funds in an amount not to exceed $14,000 to the Birmingham Board of Education in support the board will provide assistance to purchase equipment and supplies for Jackson Olin High School, that's $2,000, Charles A. Brown Elementary School, $2,000, Minor Elementary School, $2,000, Central Park Elementary School, $2,000, Bush Hills Academy, $2,000, Green Acres Middle School, $2,000, and Princeton Elementary School, $2,000.
All right.
Move the item.
Second.
Okay. Item is before us. Any questions from anybody?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, these are my schools that are in my district, with the exception of Jackson Olin, but Councilor Hilliard and I share those districts, and I try to support your children as well as my children. How about that, Councilor Abbott? Councilor Hilliard. And so I just wanted to take this off so people understand that we are helping our schools. I've been helping a lot of folk, but I want you to know I'm helping the schools too. So, and we've done that more than once, but I wanted to be able to do that. Probably one of the last acts that I would do is to help our schools. So, thank you.
All right. Okay. Any other questions? Madam Clerk, we're ready to vote.
Okay, the vote is started. Councilor Abbott, O'Quinn, Councilor O'Quinn, and Council
And
President
aye.
Parker.
Aye. Okay. All right. That item passes. Let's continue on. Is it number 31?
Item number 31 is on page 12.
Okay.
It's a resolution pursuant to Section 11-40-1 and Section 11-47-19 and Section 11-43-55 of the Code of Alabama, 1975, authorizing the mayor to expend funds and execute agreements for a community wellness fair on September 18th, 2021, or within 30 days thereof, to be conducted by the Birmingham Police Department's Community Outreach and Public Education Division. The event will include food, music, and entertainment to be provided for the amusement of the inhabitants of the city of Birmingham, and authorizing the mayor to execute such contracts as may be necessary for the use of facilities, catering, and entertainment for the event in accordance with Birmingham General City Code, Section 3-1-7. The total amount to be expended for the event shall not equal or exceed a total of $15,000.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, the item is before us. Any questions or anything?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Mr. President, I was trying to see, is there a specific area that we're targeting with this?
Counselor
Yeah.
Williams.
Oh, it's Williams, okay.
Well, this came through Public Safety Committee, but what it is it's for the whole city. It's going to take place in Lynn Park, but it's Birmingham Police are putting it on. It's going to be a community wellness, and so as part of their wellness initiative, they're going to not only have fitness and nutritional information and group exercise classes, but they're also going to be doing some mental health and drug abuse resources there. So those that are struggling with mental health or drug narcotics addiction issues, Birmingham Police is going to have resources there for those people, as well as a healthcare component when you think of more traditional healthcare like nutrition and wellness.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's just so everybody knows, it's Saturday, September 18th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Lynn Park.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I do have a question. Since we're in the middle of a pandemic, I was wondering if they would have people there who were vaccinating the unvaccinated who might show up.
Now, this only came through my committee. I'm not putting it on.
Well,
We'll have to.
I just figured that would be a question that your committee would have asked and you would have known the answer. I've given you credit here.
Why don't we ask Chief Sparks?
So we can find out from Chief Smith, Councilor Abbott. We haven't been made aware that they were providing vaccinations, but we can find that out really quickly and get
It
you an
just
answer.
seems like, it's an opportunity unless there's nobody to give vaccines. And since we're still about 1/3 vaccinated in the state of Alabama and we're having this face-to-face event with food and music and everything, it seems like a golden opportunity.
Okay.
Golden.
Chief,
We'll get you an answer.
He'll circle back with us and provide us that information. If everybody
Good,
was good.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Everybody else good? Okay. Madam Clerk, we're ready to vote.
The vote has started.
Okay. That item passes. Next item, 32.
The next item is item number 32, also on page 12, a resolution authorizing the mayor pursuant to section 36-25A-3, Code of Alabama 1975, to appropriate funds in the amount not to exceed $40,000 for the authorized services to be used to electronically notify neighborhood residents of city council meeting dates and times, updates on neighborhood improvement and revitalization projects and citizen awareness initiatives, said sum to come from the Birmingham City Council discretionary funds.
Second.
Okay, the item is before us. The questions, comments?
Yeah, is this all the councils participating in this, or what is the deal here?
Yeah, I think that all counselors can use it. I know that, I think 6 or 7 of us have used it so far, but it is something that all counselors, or 6 of us have, excuse me, 6 of us have used.
Okay. All righty. Madam Clerk, I think we're ready.
Okay, the vote has started. Councilor Hoyt.
Okay. All right, that item passes. Next item, please.
The next item will be item number 35. It's on page 13. A resolution accepting the unit price bid of Dunn Construction Company, Inc., 3905 Airport Highway, Birmingham, in the amount of $6,990,665 for the citywide resurfacing 2021, this being the lowest and best bid submitted, and authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Dunn Construction Company, Inc., in substantially the form contained within the bid documents and in accordance with said bid, providing that the total compensation payable under that contract not exceed the appropriation.
Motion.
Mr. President, I just wanted to have this read out loud just so the residents who have been asking for street paving would know that we're actually approving funds for street paving and that they can go to the city's website to find out which streets are supposed to be being paved. The city's website.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Councilor Williams.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Echo my colleague, Councilor Abbott's sentiments. I think that one of the main four things that the citizens of Birmingham really want to see from us is keeping up our infrastructure. And so I'm as much stuff as we pass every single week to keep the city going forward. I'm very happy that this is one of the items that we are passing today. And hopefully we can pass some more significant infrastructure projects in the near future, especially when we look at what federal dollars might be coming our way with the infrastructure bill that's being debated currently in Congress as we speak.
Cool. All right. Any other questions, comments? Okay. All righty. Madam Clerk.
The vote has started. And Councilor.
Okay. All right, that item passes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Okay, the next item will take us back to the beginning. Item number 1. On page 2. An ordinance to further amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2021-00008, to change zone district boundaries from CR5 contingency multiple dwelling district and CB2 contingency general business district to QC2 qualified general commercial district in order to construct a new convenience store filed by Jimmy Plott, representing the owner David Bowers, 12th Avenue Properties LLC, for the property located at 3020 12th Avenue North and situated in the northeast quarter of Section 25, Township 17 South, Range 3 West, and this is the hearing of all interested parties.
Motion.
Second.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Gambaro. How you doing?
Very well. Good morning.
Good.
Okay, this is case ZAC 2021-8 in the Norwood neighborhood, and it is an application to change zone district boundaries from CR5 contingency multiple dwelling district and CB2 contingency general business district to C2 general commercial district in order to construct a new convenience store filed by Jimmy Plott, representing the owner, David Bowers, from 12th Avenue Properties LLC, for the property located at 3020 12th Avenue North, situated northeast quarter, Section 25, Township 17 South, Range 3 West. And a proposed use is a new convenience store. The subject property is 1.04 acres and is currently zoned CB2, CR5, abutting adjacent to subject property to the north, zone R3, single family district. To the south is the old McDonald's restaurant with a zoning of CB2. To the east of the property is a Texaco gas convenience station, which is zoned CB2, and a proposed real estate office, which per ordinance 2040G was recently rezoned to mixed-use medium. To the west of the property is Saul's Hot Dogs, zone CB2, and 3 properties zone CR5. The applicant's proposed plan is to demo the existing shell convenience store and build a new modern convenience store. The usual convenience items will be sold, including sodas, coffee, etc. Proposed hours of operation 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The city's long-range land use plan identifies the property as mixed-use low. The mixed-use low district is designed to be compact, walkable, contain residential, commercial areas, often with a main street spine that historically served as a town center. Uses can be mixed horizontally, vertically, and include multifamily, townhouse, cottage, small, single-family, residential neighborhoods supporting retail services, office, hotel, live-work structures. The proposed rezoning request is somewhat consistent with the long-range land use plan. However, the north side, south side framework plan, which is in progress, recommends the future land use for this location be changed to mixed-use medium district. According to the framework plan, land use category is similar to those listed in mixed-use low, but with provisions for up to 5-story buildings, artisanal industry, small warehouse that may be characterized as light industry. But they do not have noise, odor, illumination, trucking, or other adverse impacts on adjacent land uses. The convenience store is permitted in a C2 with conditions. Those conditions are listed on the ordinance for you. The applicant's proposed site plan shows 15 parking spaces. Parking requirement for a general retail business establishment is 1 per 300 gross floor area. Therefore, the total number of parking spaces required is 12. With a 10% bus stop reduction, parking required for the site is 11. Therefore, the proposed site plan would exceed the parking requirement by 4 spaces. Those spaces will have to be offset by some sort of low-impact design or green infrastructure technique as approved by the stormwater administrator. The Norwood Neighborhood Association held a meeting on March 27, 2021 to review the proposed project and voted to continue at the next neighborhood meeting while questions and concerns were addressed. A meeting was held on April 24, 2021. Proposed project was recommended with the Q conditions that are listed. The vote was 17-0 for approval. You'll notice, well, we'll go back over that in a minute. The Zoning Advisory Committee met its regular scheduled meeting on May 25th, 2021, and voted to recommend approval of the applicant's request of the same Q conditions submitted by the neighborhood. However, they removed the solar panel from the prohibited uses and added a Q condition with solar panels will only be allowed if screened from view. The Planning and Zoning Committee met on July 6, 2021 and voted to recommend approval of the request subject to the same Q conditions recommended by the ZAC. And that concludes the report.
Okay. Okay. All right. The applicant here, Mr. Gambaro. Okay. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well.
State your name and address.
Oil equipment.
Could you speak into the mic? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm representing Mr. David Bowers, and he owns the existing Shell station, which he would like to demo, as he's referred to, and build a new station. He owns the 2 lots in the rear of the existing store. And we have gone, like he said, through the Norwood community and through the zoning and planning.
Okay. All righty. Going to, I think, is there someone from the public that, okay.
We do. We have someone who has called into the meeting via WebEx who has requested to speak. Caller, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you now. If you'd go ahead and state your name.
My name is Barbara Thomas, and I'm the president of the Norwood Neighborhood Association. We passed the Q conditions with a change in the
Ms. Thomas, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, you can go ahead.
The hours of operation was changed under the Q conditions from 24 hours, and we wish that to stand as we passed it in our neighborhood meeting.
And that was from what time to what time, Ms. Thomas? Good morning, Madam President.
Good morning. I think it was Monday through Friday, closing at 10 p.m. and on weekends at 12 p.m.
12 a.m.
12 a.m.
Okay. All righty. Are you aware of all the?
I believe that was noted, yes, sir.
Okay. All righty. Okay. Madam President, was that all? I think the applicant is in agreement. Was there anything else, Madam President?
No.
Okay.
No, and I also have some other conditions that, that they comply with. We had asked them to keep the property clean because it's all types of activities being done on the property, car washing, food truck, and, we don't know whether it's a service station or a restaurant or what on the outside.
We have, on the new station, we won't have that.
Okay. All righty. Madam President, the applicant's representative has concurred with your request as well. Was there anything else, or?
No, that was all. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Thank you, Madam President. Questions up here, or what? Can I go to Ms. Abbott first, Dr. Quinn? Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say for the president's comfort that everything that the neighborhood asked for is in the queue conditions that we are supposed to be considering today, plus one that was added by the ZAC about solar collectors, which I really don't understand, but maybe they're uglier than I think they are. Anyway, so the neighborhood doesn't have anything to worry about.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Dr. Quinn.
Yeah, so I understand the matter before us today is the rezoning of the property, and I'm in agreement with that. I'm just looking at the design for the new property, and just would encourage you all to consider the reducing the number of curb cuts here. That I'm not particularly fond of curb cuts that are right next to the signal light. That encourages people to cut off the corner, and it's, the more curb cuts, the less pedestrian friendly it is. And I know that the residents of Norwood have long sought out street improvements along 12th Avenue. So I just wanted to add those comments.
Okay. All righty. Over here, we're good. Councilor Smithman, Councilor Hoyt. Councilor Hoyt, you're okay. All righty. Questions? Councilor Abbott, you're good.
Yeah, I hadn't really noticed all the plethora of curb cuts there, but really it's like one big giant. There's curb cuts there. There's 4 entrances or exits just for that one little gas station. That does seem like a lot.
Okay. Mr. Gambrell, you're.
Well, if you want to comment, I would just say that all driveways for this project would have to be approved, and the traffic engineer, the Department of Transportation is going to scrutinize that, and they will, probably limit drives, close to the red light. So they will deal with that, and planning signs off on it too, but it's really a BDOT issue, and they'll deal with that appropriately.
Okay.
I believe.
All right. Great. Okay. No other questions or comments, Madam Clerk? Oh, wait. Yeah. Do we have someone else from the public? Okay. We have one other resident.
Yes, we've had one other person who has raised their hand to request to speak. So, caller, I'm going to unmute you now. All right, caller, you can go ahead.
Yes, good morning, councilors. My name's Andrea Tranny. I'm a newcomer to Norwood. I've only owned property and lived here for 13 years. I realize that the Norwood Homeowner Association asked that the place be kept clean. I think that is minimizing the way in which that Shell station carries on its business. It's a known hangout. It's known for drug distribution. It's known to allow homeless and prostitutes to sit on their property. I'm very distressed that the Homeowner Association so easily gave their blessings to this extension. Our entrance to historic Norwood area now includes no McDonald's, but a gas station, used appliances, gas station, convenience store. I would ask our counselors to implore this developer and this applicant to keep his property in a more legalized manner in addition to just trying to keep it clean. Not everyone who owns property in Norwood is party to these homeowner association meetings, but I feel very strongly that this gas station is not run in the best interest of our property values. We have every one of us, members of the association and non-members of the association, have spent millions of dollars, millions of tears, and millions of drops of sweat improving the Norwood neighborhood. And I would implore our city council to get these people, if they're going to be approved, which it sounds like they are, to run a crime-free, clean operation. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Plott?
Yes.
You heard the resident, what?
Yeah, with the plan of a new facility, it's going to improve very much over what it is now.
All right. I guess, Mr. Gambrell, we'll make sure that they meet all and continue to monitor them on an ongoing.
Yeah, for certain. I mean, there are conditions associated with this case just based on zoning. There are the conditions associated with the case based on the queues. So, when the permit comes in, we'll make sure that those are addressed and dealt with. The driveway situation, like I say, BDOT will look at that. We'll look at it as well. But then as far as the security issues go, that's kind of out of zoning's purview. I mean, that's going to be the police department or else. And so, we'll have to deal with that, and we'll have to monitor them and make sure that they're good actors.
Okay. All right. Okay. Madam Clerk, we're ready. Okay.
The vote is started.
Okay. All right, that item passes. Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
The next item is item number 15, and it's on page 6. An ordinance assenting to the annexation of territory contiguous to the corporate limits of the city of Birmingham pursuant to sections 11-42-20 through 11-42-24 of the Code of Alabama 1975, so as to embrace and include within the corporate area of the city certain territory described in the petition of Abby Greystone, LLC, consisting of an approximately 0.58 acre tract of land located on Cahaba Valley Road in unincorporated Shelby County. This is an item of permanent operation, so we're going to need UC first before the item can be considered.
Motion for unanimous consent.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Let me make sure I got everybody in here.
Move the item.
Second.
Hold on, we hadn't voted yet.
Yep, that,
The item is now before us. So any comments, questions? Okay. Madam Clerk, we're ready to vote on this item.
okay. The vote has started.
Okay. All right. The item passes. Real quick, I think we have a zone.
Thank you very much. This is our last run at this, at number 6, and the staff all the way up and down has been terrific to work for. We appreciate them so much, from Mayor's office, first office, planning, legal, and we thank y'all for working through this procedure with us and look forward to that project. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, thank you. All righty. Next item, Madam Clerk, please.
The next item is item number 16 on page 6, an ordinance pursuant to section 41-9-591A Code of Alabama and Alabama Act 1969-916, authorizing the mayor and or the chief of police to execute a user agreement between the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, ALEA, and the city of Birmingham for the Birmingham Police Department for a term of up to 3 years to ensure and define the responsibilities of ALEA and the BPD related to the BPD's access to ALEA State Bureau of Investigation Criminal Justice Information Services Division information system. And this is permanent operation, so we need UC first.
Move for unanimous consent.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay, the item is before us.
Okay, hold on 1 second, if you would.
I move approval.
Second.
Okay. Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments on item 16? The item is before us. We're good. Okay. All right, Madam Clerk, we're ready to vote.
Okay, the vote is started. All right, that vote is, oh, did I get everybody?
We got one more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Councilor Hoyt.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, that makes it unanimous 7-0. Okay, that item passes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Okay, the next item is item number 17 on page 7. An ordinance pursuant to Alabama Act 1969-916, authorizing the mayor and or the chief of police to execute an interlocal cooperation agreement between the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, ALEA, for the State Bureau of Investigation and the City of Birmingham for the Birmingham Police Department for a term of up to 3 years to establish investigative authority and procedures for conducting investigations involving the use of force by law enforcement officers employed by the Birmingham Police Department and the performance of their duties. Again, this is an item of permanent operation, so we'll need unanimous consent.
I move for unanimous consent.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Move the item.
Second.
Okay, item is before us. Any questions, comments? Okay, Madam Clerk, we're ready.
Hold on 1 second, if you would. That's a lot of clicking. All right, that vote has started. Councilor Hoyt.
Okay, the item passes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Okay, the next item is item number 18, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and or the chief of police to execute a 1-year cooperative agreement between the Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA, and the City of Birmingham for its police department for participation of 3 BPD officers in the DEA's Birmingham High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Areas Task Force Program, disbursement of HIDTA resource funds to the City of Birmingham, and reimbursement to the city for qualified salary and benefits as well as qualified expenses. Again, this is an item of permanent operation, so we are going to need unanimous consent.
I move for unanimous consent.
Second.
Is that Council Alexander or Smitherman?
That was me.
Oh, the
Abbott.
second.
Abbott, Council President.
Okay.
President Pro Tem Alexander.
All right, thank you. All right, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Move the item.
Second.
Councilor Abbott.
All right. Questions, comments, you're ready to vote, Madam Clerk.
All right. The vote has started.
Okay, that item passes. Next item, please.
Okay, the next item is item number 19. Also on page 7, an ordinance pursuant to Alabama Act 1969-916, authorizing the mayor to execute an interlocal cooperation agreement for a period of 3 years between the City of Birmingham and the United States Department of the Army for the purpose ensuring response by the city to the United States Army Reserve Deployment Support Command Center Headquarters and Headquarters Company located at 255 West Oxmoor Road, Birmingham, in the event of an emergency intrusion detection system or duress alarms in the arms rooms. This is an item of permanent operation. Again, we need unanimous consent.
I move for unanimous consent.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I move the item.
Second.
Okay, item is four. Any questions, comments? Okay, Madam Clerk, we're ready to vote.
Okay. Okay, the vote has started. Councilor O'Quinn.
Okay, all right, that item passes.
Okay, and we have no more agenda items.
Okay, all right, great. All right, we're going to suspend the rules. We have one speaker, Mr. Jackson.
Move to suspend the rules.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay. Good morning. You have 3 minutes. I think Mr. Jackson is the only speaker. I'm not. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you and members
Good.
of
You
the
have
council?
You have 3 minutes. State your
Okay,
name
I'm
and
Ronald
address.
Jackson, Citizens for Better Schools. Citizens for Better Schools, Sustainable Communities. I'm here to speak this morning on behalf of school children of the city of Birmingham in this era of COVID. Also, I want to pay respect, since tomorrow is a very historic day in this nation, to a late classmate of mine at Auburn High School, Cynthia Wesley, with whom I played in the Auburn High School marching band and concert band with her. It's important to note that every society is measured by anthropologists, historians, by how we treat our children, for they are our future. No civilized society can allow them to be neglected. And with respect to our local government, there's no doubt, objectively measured,
we have not lived up to the tradition of adequately and sufficiently supporting our children. I'm not going to go into the demographics now. You probably have more than I do. The only question becomes whether in this new quadrennial council and mayoralship you will turn from your insouciant ways of supporting our children effectively. Birmingham City Schools and your city have numbers of families who are homeless with school children. We want to encourage you now to begin looking seriously at how you financially support these kinds of children who, at no fault of their own, are in dire risk of being as homeless as the people who inhabit Lynn Park on a daily and nightly basis. You must increase substantially the funding that you have provided for such purposes. We're going to be doing an analysis, and we'll provide it to each one of you per your respective districts of where these homeless children once resided and where they now reside. I'm doing double duty today because the Birmingham School Board meeting is today. This evening, we'll be making a more detailed presentation to them and an affirmative request of what they must do now to protect our school children from these viruses which are rapidly transmuting. I want to say to you now and challenge you to engage aggressively the Jefferson County Commission, the Jefferson County Health Department, who have been insouciant, timid, and pusillanimous in terms of looking forward to what I think is going to be necessary quarantine, that dreaded word that the business community has whipped you into submission about. If we're going to kill this virus before it kills all of us. With that said, I'm going to leave it now to your own respective conscience in terms of what you want to do proactively. This virus works on its own timetable, doesn't care race, creed, color, or political stripe. But you've got to be more aggressive. I know oftentimes on this council, we learn by precept and example. You asked to mask up. Most of you, not most, but some of you was talking about over time, weren't wearing face masks. Children and people learn by precept and example. The best one is example. So with that said, it's all about the ducats, the money. You have a budget. Regrettably, only the mayor can recommend changes to it. But I say to you, there is more money required. Our school employees and your employees too need to have masks, other PEPs more than just once or twice a week. You got to step up, and we encourage you to do so. Thank you very kindly.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go now to announcements. The council members. Councilor Hilliard, good morning. How you doing, sir?
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me see. Thank you, Mr. President. Great to see you today, and to all my colleagues. The Economic Development Committee will meet today, September the 14th, in the City Council chamber at 3:00 p.m. The Tuxedo Heights Neighborhood Association will be having a virtual meeting tonight at 5:30 p.m. The North Pratt Neighborhood Association will be meeting tonight at the Pratt City Library at 6:00 p.m. The Sandusky neighborhood will meet tonight at 6:00 p.m. at the Sandusky Recreation Facility. The Ensler Neighborhood Association will have their meeting Thursday, September the 16th at the McAlpine Recreation Center at 6:00. Our virtual town hall meeting will be tonight at 7:30 p.m. If you would like to join us, please call in at 508-924-1349. 508-924-1349. Thank you, Mr. President, and it's District 9 time. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Dr. Quinn, we'll talk our way.
Yes, sir. Thank you, President Parker. Tonight, East Avondale Neighborhood Association will be meeting at 6 p.m. At New Bethel. Well, I'm sorry. It is a virtual conference call. You can contact my office if you need that information. Eastlake deferred their neighborhood meeting from last Tuesday to this Tuesday. That also starts at 6 o'clock at Household of Faith Church. Again, that starts at 6 p.m. And then finally, just want to let you know that we will have Education Committee meeting Monday, September 20th at 12 p.m. Our guest speakers will be the McWayne Center and Ed Farm. Both of those will be informational meetings so that they can further inform us about their programming that they are providing. Thank you. That concludes my announcements.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Abbott.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next Budget and Finance meeting will be held on September 27th at 3:30 p.m. Submissions are due on September 22nd by 12 noon. There are no exceptions. We will appreciate everyone doing a thorough job of gathering the information that is required and being ready for the meeting. Tonight, neighborhood meetings, we have, of course, Dr. O'Quinn mentioned East Avondale at 6 p.m. via conference call, and also Highland Park at 6 p.m. via Zoom. So we're still virtual everywhere but here. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilor Smithers.
Thank you, President Parker. District 6 is hot and the new hotspot for business. Another business is locating in District 6. The grand opening will be this Saturday at 10 a.m. at 37 6th Avenue South. We're welcoming AFRC Embroidery and Designs by Anahi Amahu. Services include monogramming, shirt printing, and others. In the store, they have African fabrics, waist beads, African dresses, and more. So on Saturday, don't forget to stop by the Old Silver Slipper Cafe on 6th Avenue next to the Kappa Fraternity House to witness this event. And this makes me very happy to know that we are revitalizing the 6th Avenue South area because it used to be very vibrant, and so this makes my heart very warm. I talked about the grand opening of Cadence Bank that I went to last week. They also have a community meeting room for use by residents, so if you want to host a meeting, you can go there. Stop by and check out the new bank located in the Heritage Town community. Open up a new account. That would be great to help support them. And the bank even hosted the community with free lunch from Roost Express food truck, and it was very good. It's a soul food truck. Also on October 15th, 2021, from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Boutwell Hall, artist Jova Lewis will host his 14th annual art festival. There will be original art, fashion, jewelry, quilts, and more, even wine tasting by the Wine Loft. And lastly, I had my 10-year reunion, so congratulations, Ramsey High School class of 2011. It was a lot of fun, and I'm very proud of my classmates. Thank you, President Parker.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Did want to share that Bellevue Heights Neighborhood Association meets tonight at 6:30, and I think they're doing in-person meeting, and that will be at Brown Elementary School. Also, on Thursday, September the 16th, there is a Inslee neighborhood meeting. There's a teleconference, and that number is 564-888, 5518. That's 1-568-888-5518, and the code will be 818017. That's 818017, and that's at 6 o'clock. Did want to congratulate Bernard and Latrice Buggs for the opening of their, the groundbreaking, rather, of their funeral home and crematory, and that's the cornerstone. It was a nice event, and so Councilor Dr. O'Quinn and I were there, and we really enjoyed being there, and looks like it's going to be a beautiful facility, and looks like it's going to be a family affair too. So so it's going to really be really nice. If you know anything about Bernard, he has a spirit of excellence. There's nothing that he doesn't do it with a spirit of excellence, whether that's singing, whether that's being an entrepreneur. I mean, he got cuff links out there, y'all. I just can't afford them. But he got cuff links that he done design, and I mean, this brother is entrepreneur personified. Okay, so we really appreciate the work that he's doing, and I look forward to that facility being built and coming back out and cutting the ribbon, because this thing is needed, and it's in a great place. So I really want to say that. And I think that's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
President Parker, I forgot that we had a video from the grand opening. So Kim, can you cue the video?
Friends, guests, family, and residents, welcome to District 6. I'm a fifth-generation Tisdale resident, and I think it would be amazing. I know my great-grandmother is smiling down right now because we're opening up this bank.
Today is a great day. We have Canes Bank having their grand opening. This is the first time we've had an actual bank in a long time, in years. Regions Bank actually used to be over in this area, but unfortunately they left, and they just left the ATM. But now we have this wonderful bank to help people with financial literacy, help them with their savings, home ownership. We have a technology room in the back, and the staff is so welcoming. I think it's so important that we continue to generate wealth in the Black community.
We're just so excited to finally be unveiling this beautiful branch. Spent several months building it, and even longer picking out the right location.
I'm looking forward to partnering with Canes Bank, helping to generate more wealth in the Black community. I think it starts with just one generation to help build wealth, home ownership, and everything else. So look forward to more opportunities, and once again, welcome and have a good day.
And for more from the Birmingham City Council, follow along with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Stay safe, Birmingham.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. President. Here's some updates from District 7. We do not have any bulk trash pickup scheduled this week, but we'll let you know next week when we have those on the schedule. Recycling pickup is tomorrow, Wednesday, September 15th. It's the third Wednesday. So contact 311 if in any case you have a missed pickup. Pride Where You Reside is taking place in D7 this week in the following areas. That's 913 through 917. They'll be in Roosevelt and West Brownsville neighborhood. So we're excited to see the work that's going to be done there. We do have some D7 neighborhood leadership opportunities in the Green Acres and Tarpley City neighborhoods. So if you're interested, please contact 205-297-8192, or you can email sybil.green@birminghamal.gov for more information. This week, we do have some District 7 neighborhood meetings. We have one scheduled this evening in Raleigh Trevally. That's at 6 p.m. You can call the office for that conference call. They are meeting by conference call. East Brownsville will not be meeting, but they will resume next month. The Industrial Center neighborhood meeting will meet on Thursday, September 16th at 1, and Germania Park will meet by conference call on Thursday, September 16th. In the district this afternoon or this evening at 5:30, there is a redistricting town hall that's being sponsored by Commissioner Sheila Tyson that will take place this afternoon at 5:30 at Lawson State Community College and will be in the Perry W. Ward Technology Building. Lastly, I would like to give a big thank you to Cat Files and the Files Art Project for the event they brought to District 7 this past Saturday. It was filled with dance and fitness, and we'd like to show a video just to show you some of the highlights of that program. We're out here at Williams Park. We're here with the Files Art Project.
Look over there, see you dancing in the corner. Temperature rose hot like a sauna.
The arts changes lives, and I say that personally because it changed my life as a dancer.
We're going to have dance, music, art, and fitness.
On Saturday, Councilor Wardeen Alexander joined forces with the Files Arts Project for an outdoor, family-friendly dance fitness class. The goal? To share the joy and benefits of movement with the entire community.
And then you swim out again, swim out and open up. I'm so excited to have partnered with Files Art Project, Cat Files, and the world-renowned dancer, and she's bringing her art and her dance to District 7.
And Saturday's event also featured something very special, the Cypher, an artist collaboration.
I've been trying to get your attention for some time now, but you haven't heard me quite yet.
You're able to express yourself in new ways and allow your body to be an instrument, to be able to share how you're feeling, your emotions, your expressions, and that's why I think art is so important, and especially performing arts.
If you missed this event, don't worry. Stay tuned to the Council's social media for updates on future opportunities like this one.
We're so excited to have them here with us. Come on out. We're going to enjoy ourselves. Mr. Hoyt, you first introduced me to this project through your support in District 8. And so I just want to thank you. Yeah. We've watched the Files Project, we've watched Catherine grow, and it's a family-centered operation. And so I'm just thankful to have brought that to D7. I want to encourage people in D7. We move muscles we hadn't moved in years. So, and we had young and old out there. But again, I do want to thank you for bringing this in. I know.
You go to break, but
listen, Councilor Woods took over one of your projects, so I want to tell you we're going to keep up with the Files Project.
Awesome. That is so awesome.
Thank you all very much.
Anyway, I want to thank Councilor Hoyt for that. Also, just real quick, President Pro Tem Alexander mentioned about redistricting, and as you know, the city has to do its own redistricting. Had a meeting scheduled in Montgomery last week that was postponed to this week, dealing with redistricting. So our committee will be meeting, sure, sooner rather than later to start that process, as to be ready to, the council every 10 years has to redraw the lines. And so just like what the county is doing, the state is doing, and also in Congress, the congressional lines, and that's going to be done by the Alabama legislature. We too have to do that here at the city, and it's the responsibility of the council to do that. So we'll be sure that committee will be meeting sooner rather than later and trying to provide a pathway forward. So just wanted to kind of mention that to you since you brought that up with the Commissioner Tyson having a meeting at Lawson State. So With that,
Mr. President, is that the administration committee that handles that, or which committee?
no, we created a census redistricting committee that handled the census, which was the caveat to redistricting. So that was one that was set up with Councilor Williams and Councilor Smitherman and myself when we did committees. And so that was when we did the census, that was the committee that made the big push, because it was when then President Trump cut the time short. We were all working on the census piece, and now the second part of it will be on the redistricting piece.
Well, good. The last people who did it did a good job.
Yes, ma'am. So will the committee be meeting, and everyone will be ready to anyway. So with that, and also the planning and zoning, I know there was some mention of it being virtual, but it's going to be in person here in the chamber. So I know there's been some. I want to make sure there's a little confusion, but it'll be in person here in the chamber on tomorrow. 3:30, right, Councilor Abbott? That's in person and not virtual at this moment, unless, but in the future it could change. Anyway, with that,
President?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my only concern is
with the meeting tomorrow.
Well, not necessarily with the meeting tomorrow, but to make sure that the council avail itself when we start talking about redistricting, because there's a lot predicated on what we do, and I like to see a schedule. And even though I may not be on the council, I'm still concerned about how we align or realign, or if there's any need to realign. I don't know, but I think those things are important. As I have served, and I'm glad Councilor Abbott said something about the previous one, because I was on there with Ms. Parker and I think one other member, I can't remember who else, but we were part of that, and so it behooves us to do it right, because there are a lot of dynamics when you talk about redistricting and what have you, and we need to make sure it's right. But we also need to be very transparent, and when those meetings are held, and give people an opportunity and not last minute, so that people can change their schedules and make sure they're there and have buy-in. Because one of the things I thought that we did that was successful is that we had them in the neighborhoods. We had them at the community centers. We had them so we could get input. We had maps that showed what was proposed and what is and what is proposed. So I expect the same kind of tenants to carry out this process. So I'm just concerned about that.
We're gonna make sure, Councilor Hoyt. If not, you will remind us.
Oh, and indubitably.
Okay. All right. With that, is there a motion?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed?